bodybuilders. Imagine either taking creatine every day, something that fucking kills your kidneys. I'm not sure about that, but that's a myth I've heard. Or shoving a needle up your ass so you get ginormous. So either you drink a shit ton of water so your kidneys don't shrivel up like a fucking raisin in the sun, or a grape in the sun, I guess. That makes a raven. Raisin, not a raven.
Makes a raven.
But fuck bodybuilders, dude. They love to call people that don't hate their bodies and want to like make themselves look like fucking Russell Crowe in Sparta because that's like cool or something. And they always like to call us gay. Well, people who don't want to get jacked.
The thing is, bodybuilders are some of the absolute most insecure people on this planet. It's not like 13-year-old girls like.
Yeah, they're probably worse.
It's literally the guys who weigh like 285 pounds of pure muscle. They are the most insecure people on this planet because they are constantly. They look like that because they want to feel and be and look intimidating for other people. So it's like, don't fuck with me, I'm tough. They are doing that because they're like, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want anyone to like fucking challenge me or anything.
It's only impressive when you're in your 40s. That's the only time it's impressive.
I only respect someone when they're jacked, when they're like, when they get to like a geriatric status.
Okay, that's
like 78 and above. If you're still fucking like doing deadlifts. I think it's 40s
and up. It's kind of impressive. But when you're 20 and something,
geriatrics only. That's what we should. Oh, you know what the UFC should expand into? Jacked old people just fucking rocking each other, and those fights will go to the death.
That's probably like 0.5% of the old people population. So they definitely run through it in like 3 events. So
yeah, but 3.
So I don't know about that.
You have 3 title card fights. I mean.
Get a motherfucking monk. Get a monk from fucking China. Just lights up everybody.
A monk in his birth certificate says he's 129 years old.
He just comes in.
This old farmer from Idaho.
Smokes some opium. He goes into the ring. Welcome to We Didn't Say That.
Yeah, welcome back to the podcast. You're telling me you wouldn't want to watch.
Of course I'd want to watch that, but the population pool isn't really big enough if you think about it.
Well, dude. Yeah, but okay, so this is what happens. We find 2 old people. One of them fights. The other one is going to die. The other one hopefully recovers from their injuries from the fight. They can live to fight another day. Then we have to find 2 more people. And then we start getting a tournament going. Then we're starting to get winners versus winners here. And this is where
they all expire. I think they all expire after being in one fight.
Okay, so
I think they automatically drop dead at the end of the fight.
At the end of the fight.
The UFC event you are proposing to the world is basically a snuff film.
Yeah.
Of elderly people.
No, listen.
And I don't know anything. I don't know much about snuff films, but I have a feeling they don't really think it's great when an elderly person dies. I feel like that's not the case.
No, but listen.
If it is,
the winner dies or the loser dies from their injuries. The winner gets executed or whatever. But they put their hands up and they just come.
Someone with a scythe just comes. No, it's not a gun. It's someone dressed up as the Grim Reaper with the scream mask with the scythe, and they execute him on the spot. Yes, I would pay $1,000 to watch every episode of that.
No, just a WWE wrestler and like holding onto a bar up top, just lets go and crushes the winner, falls into the octagon, and like bounces back up. It's like, wow, it's a promo for WWE. And just crushes this old person.
That would be a great skit.
Just fucking falls and destroys this old person.
In the middle of the 129-year-old monk's victory bow to the audience and to the opponent he just killed. A WWE fighter comes from the ceiling and crushes his elderly spine by just landing his ass on him.
Yeah, just crushes him, and then the winner gets more money, but it goes to the
This Week in Wrestling.
You can't scream like that. Look at the fucking lines. But then the winner gets a bigger amount of money that gets sent to their family because they know they're both signing up basically to be killed on camera. But they're like, you have to think they're the most badass old people. They're like, I'll fight I'll fight and I'll either die a winner or a loser, but it doesn't matter because my family's getting money. But I'm gonna try because I want them to get more money.
I wonder how much money you'd have to pay for a jacked elderly person's family to be like, yeah, I'm cool with you fighting to the death.
I didn't even think about that.
So no, that's not what's gonna happen.
I didn't even think.
Do you have any idea how much these UFC fighters make? It's like $2,000 a fight unless it's a championship fight. What do you think they're gonna pay elderly families?
Well, no, they would have to get the premium. Obviously, they'd get like $6 million if they lose, 15 if they win.
And then get executed.
Could you imagine living your life? You're getting to your very old age, like time to retire, and it's like, no, I have to fight to the death for my family. And they get,
if I win, I die.
They get $2,500. It's like nothing. It's like 3 months of Social Security. It's like, this is what I died for.
For the last 18 fights in my boxing career, I've been knocked out for this $2,500. I'm gonna keep going until I die on the mat. My family gets a life insurance policy of $84 million I put on myself.
That's where all of his fight money was going, was just paying for insurance. So that one day when he died,
he had a regular job.
Finally cash up. He's a cashier just with severe brain injury. Just like
they don't let them be the cashiers. They're either the baggers or they stop.
Stock. He's getting the cars from outside. Dude, real shit. The amount of retarded people I've seen just on cart duty, that's criminal. That's not equal opportunity. That's just
That's
forced
just picking on
slavery.
them.
Yeah.
That's especially when it's cold.
Yeah.
And like the regular people are like, come on, dude, send him out. It's
Just
just not there.
Send this
I'll
retarded guy.
give him my gloves.
Yeah, they give him like a pair of gloves and a jacket, and they're like, "You are now suited up for the
If
elements.
you want to live
Go
alone,
get carts."
if you want to live alone, you have to get the carts in the middle of the blizzard. That's one of the tests.
That's
the
their
test.
that's climbing Mount Everest as a retarded person is get how many carts can you bring back into the grocery store? It's so
Very
funny.
extreme conditions. I have 2 stories about carters. That's what I'll call them.
Yeah,
At the same Myers location.
they're cart people.
One time, there's like 7 inches of snow, and I had to go to Myers to get something. I forget what. And the only man bringing in the carts was an elderly man.
Swag.
The second time, there's a super nice car parked this way, away from any of the cart deposits. All right.
Yeah.
It's windy out, and this guy, he's pushing the cart. For some reason, decides to go around. Cart comes off, and he just bangs up this like Ferrari.
Oh my god.
This woman's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And this teenage kid's like, "I don't know what to tell you." And she's like,
Rogue cart.
"Go get your manager."
It was a rogue cart, man. I can't tell.
It was
explain
awesome.
It's part of nature.
It was
Sometimes
awesome.
carts just say fuck.
I
I'm gonna
made
hit this
eye
Hummer.
contact with that woman, and I started laughing while I drove away.
Why are you driving a I mean, what? No, fuck that. If you have money to buy a fancy ass car like that, you have money to buy another car to go get groceries. I was about to be like, well, it's not economical to have 2 cars. It's not economical to buy a fucking Ferrari. Almost anybody should
Dude,
not own a
some
fucking
people
Ferrari.
are willing to pay more on their car payment than they are on their rent payment. Think about that.
Yeah, it's called the entire state of Hawaii. It's
Most
a
places.
cultural thing. Yeah, they'll have like super nice fucking sports cars and literally live in like a shack, like a Harry Potter shack where
That's-
Hagrid lives.
That's what like what's the word? Poor people do
Yeah.
in America.
Yeah,
It's crazy. I don't understand that.
yeah.
Just get a beater.
or being house rich. You know what that term means?
That's better than being car rich. I can already tell you that.
Yeah, that being car rich is the most retarded form of
I'd
poverty.
rather take a bus and live in a house than drive
Yeah.
a car and live in a shack, dude. What?
Yeah, you're pulling up to your shitty apartment. You're like Camaro. What fucking sense does that make?
Yeah, I hear gunshots every night. I just park my Camaro outside of the fucking apartment where my Citizen app goes off 23 times.
It
an
wakes me
hour.
up in the middle of the night because my phone is
Wee,
just
wee,
vibrating.
wee, wee, wee.
Yeah, but no, I have a sick ride. And people, when I'm driving to go to my job at fucking McDonald's, people think I'm cool as hell. They say, "Hey, who's that Camaro parked outside that grocery store every day?" That's my car.
Why is that dude in a Meyer shirt? How many times do you think someone's like, "Holy shit, that guy that works here is stealing that nice ass car"?
Well, let's be real for a second. Yeah, you just think
They're
some
just like,
employees
"What the
just
fuck?"
like-
And they call the
They
police.
call it's like, is he wearing a Meyer outfit? Yeah. Is he a white guy? Yeah. Long hair? Yeah. No,
No,
that's Trevor.
that's
He owns-
actually his
he's just a
car.
retarded
He
guy
lives
who
with
works
his
at a grocery
parents.
store. Yeah, he has a Camaro.
He only pays for his car, his phone bill, everything else is taken care of. And his parents said, "Trevor, you don't have to work full time because we love you and we know that you are special." And then he says, "You know what, Mom? I will work full time so I can have this sick ass Camaro."
Dude, okay, I've
Dude,
actually
you have to drive me to and from work, but Dad has to follow so she can drive you home
it's a whole. You have to take the whole family to take me to
because
work.
I can't drive.
I can't drive my sick car.
You
I
know-
got a DUI. Can't drive my.
You
sick
know what?
car.
This last 10 minutes, you know what comedian and what stage of his life this is reminding me of?
What?
Tom Segura when he was still poor.
I miss poor fat Tom.
Dude, that's what we just sounded like for 10 minutes.
Dude, I was about to say this is the best podcast we've done. It's every podcast we do. We
It's
keep
better,
getting
dude.
better. We keep getting better. Did we introduce a podcast yet?
Yeah, we did it. I made sure at the 2-minute mark.
All right, cool. Yeah,
in the
just
middle of
making
our
sure.
rants about jack people.
I was,
You
dude.
know why we ran about jack people? It's because they always come into our comment section calling us gay.
Yeah, what the
And
fuck
people
is
with
up that?
anime fucking profile pics, they love to come in our contact section and be
It's-
like, they're homosexuals.
It's 2 people that hate us the most: homo
Ours-
thugs, and we have 16-year-old girls who just do battle with us in the comments.
And they're both gay. Well,
They're-
not to say, I don't know about
they both
16-year-old
love-
girls. I stay away from them, but I love to wreck the bodybuilders.
Oh yeah,
They delete their comments 58% of the
that's
time.
the ones. It's not the homo thugs. It's the bodybuilders
Yeah.
that once you respond back to them, they immediately like cower away. It's the
Yeah.
it's you homo thugs that double down and they're like, no, actually, this podcast actually it sucks. I don't know if you
That
guys
doesn't
know.
happen often.
It sucks.
It's mostly just them calling us gay.
Yeah, and then, or if I respond, I take it way too personally, and I like will look at their profile and be like, "It's clear your mother didn't give you enough love growing up," and they're like, "Fuck you, man!" They just freak out. They're like, I get psychological. I will make you. I will live in your head rent free if you bully me or my friend, I will go to the ends of the earth to try to bother you and question everything you've done as much as possible. Because my power is so limited, but I will
It's
use
a
all of it.
burner account. I will make shit up that makes you
Dude,
rethink your
you
life.
don't think we have a small army of burner accounts just to hit you from all angles, question your intelligence, your masculinity, your sexuality? Like we're gonna destroy you.
Accepting you for coming out in a TikTok comment section for calling us gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
We've thought about this.
Learn your lesson.
We have every angle covered. You guys, whenever we see a comment, I just text Michael and say, "Are you gonna get this one?"
Yeah, and I usually do as long as they're not just like weirdos. I let Caleb handle the strange profiles.
Yeah, and then I'll just flame you. I'll make you
No,
just
it's just
regret
weird, but,
downloading
like-
TikTok.
You're a bodybuilder. I will flame your ass.
Most of the time they're very nice, but it's when it's these like gym bros who are like definitely on roids, and you tell them it's like
Alright,
you're obviously.
I
it's
have an
obvious-
observation, dude.
Yeah.
The people who have more melanin, the African American people, are way more likely to leave a positive comment on a TikTok than white people. White people love to hate for some reason on social media. Makes
That's
no
true.
fucking sense.
That is true. That is true. They like to hate.
We
Black
need
people
to
always
we need
just-
to embrace black culture.
Yeah,
on
black
TikTok.
Black people. That's true. We always get the most positive comments from black people. We have like a
They love us,
podcast
dude.
where we like each other's stuff on TikTok.
Yeah.
The Sticks and Stones podcast
Yeah,
or
dude.
whatever. They're cool as hell. They like us. They're like,
we like their shit.
yeah, they're cool. But it's you. It's the white people who are always like, this is
gay.
This ad podcast is.
We're
A with
talking
two
about
A's.
an elderly man talking about waking up by basically suffocating himself, and that makes us gay for
Guys,
some reason.
there's
What does that mean?
there's pretty much two topics for this podcast. It's old people and rape. It's
That's
basically the two
what it's
ones.
basically been for a little bit.
And retarded people.
We're in our
We're
our phase, I guess, or phase. If you want
Yeah,
to say
our
old
or
people, retards, and rape.
retarded old rape. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Oh,
what,
that'd be the worst.
raping a retarded old
Because
person.
most of the time, if they're
Could you
getting-
imagine
Hey,
the
hey, hey,
smell?
hey, hey.
Could you
Oh my
imagine
God.
the smell? Raping a retarded old person, that smell, dude. That's what hell smells like. That's actually hell.
I was gonna say most of the time, if the retarded person's family is dead, and they're not getting taken care of very well, they will get raped by like their job manager. And you said that shit, and then I was gonna say it's weird because that sucks because old retarded people can't even get pregnant anymore, and that's usually how the manager gets caught because the retarded person got pregnant from exercising with the manager. That was from an SVU episode, but no, you wanted to go to the smell of old retarded people as you rape. Not necessarily you, but as a hypothetical person rapes an old, yeah, it's gonna stink. It's gonna smell bad, dude. I wipe ass for a living, and I'd rather wipe ass
Yeah.
than smell that.
I had to reel you back to reality with that. You're gonna get you're gonna get in your head. I was like, I have to hit him with the fucking fact. Think about the smell, dude. It's gonna be bad. Oh my god.
I don't like that. I wish I didn't learn that. I wish that thought never would have came into my head. Let me think of some other things that I wish
Here.
had never came into my head.
Here, hold on. I'll get us off of this, okay?
Okay,
I've
please.
actually been thinking about this, and it's just kind of circling back to muscle cars. I don't think there's anyone who is like. There's only one type of person that buys those kinds of cars, and it's retarded people. It's just retards that buy like muscle cars and shit. That like can go to like they see like 0 to 60 in like 1.9, and they're like. All the money in their pockets like shaking and like trying to fly out. They're like, how can I get this fucking fast
They
car?
rev their engine past you in your like reasonable 2010, 2000s car. They love to rev their engine to flex on you and drive past you and be like, look at that pussy. Who cares, dude? Get off my dick. I'm sorry I'm not rich.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't.
I'd
fucking-
rather live in an apartment than live in a shack and drive a Ferrari, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I took that $5,000 that you
You
put
know-
down on this car and I started a business with it and I didn't buy a fucking
You know
loud
how
car.
you can tell who's car rich and not
Oh my
house
God.
rich?
What?
The people who pimp out their nice cars.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how what's the list?
The dumbest are the people who buy like a fucking like those you'll see like a bunch of subs that are all lowered and they have a bunch of like modifications. So it's like, why'd you dump all this money? You should have just put a down payment on an actual nice car instead of like fixing this Subaru to be just a totally fast but utter piece of shit car.
Yeah, dude. I have a story about that. This apartment I live in, we have a small parking space because we live on like a busy street with multiple bars. We have a small parking
Bars?
space, yeah. And one of the people, the tenants, no longer lives there, thank God. He used up 2 of the same cars so he could make one into like a street racing car, and it was clear. And finally, I think everyone in the apartment complained, besides the guy who works at Kroger and rides the bus. He gives out comic books. I don't know. Don't rape me, dude.
Dude, no one can rape. You're unrapeable.
He's like my dude. I feel like
Shaq would be the only person who could rape you. The
or a
only person
strong
who could.
retarded man, dude. I work in healthcare and I've dealt with
Could you
strong retarded
imagine?
people,
Could you
and
imagine
I can't.
like a super strong, like stocky 5'9" retarded guy just beating you and then raping you?
One
You're
of
so much bigger than him. He's just holding you down and raping
one of
your
the
ass.
scariest Criminal Mind episodes is the one where the guy who's retarded just kidnaps people and pours acid in their eyes. What the fuck? They made the
What?
retarded person the scariest serial killer of all time just so he could be at the end. I didn't know I was doing anything wrong while he records it. And in the recordings, he's laughing.
Oh, he's
He's
plausible
the scariest
deniability.
man I've ever
He's
heard of.
retarded.
He's the scariest person I've ever heard of.
Dude, think about, is there legitimately anything more scary than someone who's a psychopath and also like their intelligence? Like, this is not even a knock on people's special needs, but just with their intelligence is so drastically there have been people
Yeah,
who
they
are
respond in our TikTok comment sections and call us gay.
it's true. Yeah, dude, the FBI should investigate people commenting on our TikToks because they are clearly deranged.
Most of them. A lot of people are deranged.
Just the people who comment mean shit. They're like,
And the people who like agree with us about ghost rape, they're like, yeah, that happened to me. I've had sex with
oh
a ghost.
yeah,
What was that?
That was insane. Yeah, we got a comment for we posted the ghost rape TikTok and it went we like went like viral or whatever.
We didn't
And there was
respond to that.
There was a lady who was like, you guys are talking about this like it's hypothetical, and it happens to me all the time.
I've had sex with ghosts.
This crazy
And I will
woman.
like to do it again, is what she said.
Yeah, she said
likes ghost
she
rape.
doubled down on the ghost rape. She's
Maybe
like,
we didn't think of this right. Maybe it's better to have something in you at all times by a ghost. Maybe I want to be a billionaire.
yeah, maybe you did just want to get raped multiple times on
An hour?
daily. Yeah, just to be
Make
like,
me
oh,
a
I have
trillionaire.
so much money. Oh yeah,
Truly, I want to do it 24 times a day.
I think we genuinely forgot how many people are just absolute fucking lunatics. I would be like, no, I actually do get raped by a ghost.
Could you imagine if those people in that scenario became super wealthy? Oh my God, that'd be the scariest life I
We
could
would
imagine.
have real life Batmans running around.
No, they
Yeah,
some,
a
yeah,
million
some of them,
percent.
some of them
We
would
have
be
a
like
million
Batman,
percent. They would be
They would be like
retarded
Batman.
Batmans.
but they would only be able to solve one crime before the police got them. They're not going to be smart enough.
No, they would be in the middle of like solving a crime and commit a crime, and they'd be like, "I'm a superhero. I can do this." They'd just be retarded Batmans filling the
He
prisons.
stabbed them with knives to the throat, and he's like, "I'm a vigilante. You
Yeah.
see my mask?
I'm allowed to do this. I'm rich.
Batman does this." Oh my God, that would they pimp out their fucking Ferrari.
This is my Batmobile.
Like a Tommy with like a gun on the front. Want to know what you see on a military vehicle? Speaking of military vehicles,
Hit
Jeep.
it.
Jeep is based off like a military Humvee or some shit.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not
the
a nerd.
Humvee.
Sure, but why do all white girls drive this car and put fucking rubber duckies on the fucking what's it called, windshield?
Dash.
Yeah. What the fuck is up with that? Why is it every time I see a Jeep, they have 24 rubber duckies of different colors and different occupations on their windshield?
Well, you know that's like a country girl thing. I'm pretty sure it was a country girl thing that expanded into like quirky city girl stuff. Where it's like, yeah, I have rubber ducks in my car. It was originally like a thing where like fucking like because Jeeps only recently started becoming popular like within cities and shit. It was like a car that like not kids but like women would drive out in the country. Now because it's Jeeps or trucks. You don't see a lot of sedans out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Actually, kind of do.
Yeah,
But they're always parked on grass and broken down.
Yeah, on cinder blocks.
Yeah. That is a weird life. Dude, imagine
I've encountered that life and I did not like it. Not living it, but
if you lived in a town of like where it's like 12,000 people and there's like 3 restaurants and like 14 gas, wouldn't you
Oh,
just
I have
fucking
lived that.
drive away to like another town and be like, this is just where I live now. I
yeah,
live here.
I had to drive 40 minutes to get fast food, dude.
That's
not
not
40,
fast
like
food.
25. Yeah, I know it's not, but it's only food.
That is fucked. That is so
Besides
fucked
pizza
up.
places, you have to buy complete pizza.
If I
and
lived there
that's
too,
so
I would
many
vote
calories.
Republican. I'd be so angry. I'd be like, no, close the borders, fuck everything.
Yeah, dude.
I can't. It takes me 30 minutes to get to a McDonald's. I am so angry. I'm too poor to move.
You know
I would,
what's-
yeah, I would be
You
angry
know what's
too.
crazy, dude?
I'd vote for Trump too.
Did
I'd be like,
you
let's
see-
throw a fucking, oh yeah, let's
Did you
storm the
see-
Capitol.
did
I
you-
can't get to McDonald's under 25 minutes. I'm gonna kill someone.
Did you see the video of the black woman talking in Chicago? She's talking to the mayor and just basically degrading him as a human being because he's allowing immigrants and refugees into Chicago. And at the end, after giving a passionate speech, a raw, ripping
Yeah.
speech, she's like, "This is Chicago. Remember who runs the streets." Basically just threatens the immigrants with gang violence. She started it
Jesus
with a
Christ.
Scarface quote, and she ended it like that.
Just like
It was
black
one of the
people
most
will shoot
badass
you
things. Yeah.
if they hear you speaking anything besides English. Just imagine if that's how fucking like if that's how bad the immigration shit got, where gangsters are like, we're the Bloods and the Crips are teaming together because we need to get these fucking immigrants out
Buddy,
of here.
that's what's happening in Chicago right now. What are you talking about?
Are you for real?
I think they're starting to negotiate a peace to go after him. I think it's getting that bad in Chicago. That's scary.
No, they're cooperating with gangs to be like, don't hurt these refugees.
For now. The
Dude,
gangs are
that's
getting
how
tired of
fucked
it.
up Chicago is. The fucking Chicago gangsters are just gonna like the Yakuza did in Japan. They're just going to ascend to the government, and they'll be like, "What happened to the gangs in Chicago?" It's the government.
Chicago, dude.
Yeah, it's the government now is run by fucking.
But they let a white man be the puppet because of the gold cups.
Just saying whatever.
Chicago's going to devolve into
Talking
Gotham.
about fucked up towns. I was watching this video yesterday. I didn't know this. Do you remember a while ago? You probably heard the story about El Chapo's son getting arrested by like the Mexican police or whatever, or it wasn't Mexican. I think
It was some police.
Yeah, it was like whatever Colombian police or whatever. They got El Chapo's son, like the #1 person who now is like the kingpin of the largest cartel, controls the most coke or
I
whatever.
thought it was his ex-wife.
They could, I think, but power
controlled
usually descends into like to men only. I don't think the cocaine industry world has really like has like not
I
had
don't
like
know,
their Me Too movement and allowed women.
Sometimes there are some super powerful female cartel members that are at the top.
Oh,
I don't know
sure.
how, but like it's more common than I bet you think.
I bet there's a couple like butch lesbians who
No,
just
they're not
chopped
even like. I
fucking-
think they're just women.
You think they're feminine
women
women
who's-
that are up there that are fucking cartel leaders?
Dude, they're women.
This is Hollywood
They're
shit.
women who have dated or been married to a cartel member for their whole lives, and their kids are not
It's-
old enough yet to take over.
it's-
They're in charge of these cartels.
It's
dude.
ugly, overweight, psychopathic men like who are unfuckable that control these industries. It's literally the ugliest people alive.
After they die, they give the industry to their wife for a period, and
Yeah,
they're
a
the
couple
most
months,
powerful people.
transitionary period.
It's only been a couple months.
Okay, but listen. So when they arrested El Chapo's son, right? Everybody in the town was like, "This is actually crazy." There was like, because the citizens were like, obviously the cartel runs everything, but their police, like, they're like thousands of police officers, military here. Got El Chapo's son. They're like guarding the prison or whatever,
Mhm.
and as a sign to be like, "Hey, the military, the police are stepping back in. We're taking back control." They were flying around like this, like fucking military helicopter they bought from like America, whatever, like
Okay.
this, like Apache helicopter. They're going circling around this town like. And all the citizens are just watching and be like, damn, the police are here. Like, we're like, shit's starting to get under control. That we got El Chapo's son or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
As that chopper is just fucking sputtering on the city, a missile from nowhere just races out of like a fucking hut and blows the Apache helicopter out of the fucking sky. One missile, boom, hits like the front of it. The rotors, boom, blow off. Helicopter falls, crashes. And then it was like, I think it was the next day, the cartel, like all of the most badass cartel members with like fucking AR-15s and in full bodyproof suits and everything, or bulletproof suits, they're like, you're giving us El Chapo. And then the police were like, okay, and gave El Chapo's son back. Like he was in custody like less than 24 hours, and the cartel blew up a military helicopter and was like, get him the fuck out, and like dispersed police and military and everything.
Dude, yeah, that'd be terrifying to live in. You better
Just
behave.
imagine being a citizen. You have like 6 hours to be like, damn, wow, like peace and order is gonna
No,
start
I feel
coming
like
back
the
in.
cartel takes care of their town sometimes.
Well, yeah, but also they just like brutally execute people for stepping on a line, just to remind everyone where it's like, yeah, don't do like we don't have like set laws, but you guys know what's up. If you guys fucking speak out or if you guys steal, we're gonna just chop you up and put you in a barrel and just that's the end.
I feel like that's a Far Cry game, dude.
You don't.
You're making. I mean, I'm sure that it happens sometimes, but not often.
It would take me 45 seconds to find 100 of those videos to show you and scar you for life. I'm telling you, that's what happens.
I don't want to see that folder on your computer.
It's not a folder on my computer.
On the
It's
cloud?
You click.
It's on the cloud?
You click Google Chrome and you
You're
go
on a
cartel
watch list
video,
for sure.
and then it takes you to these websites and they're horrific.
You're
that's
on a watch list.
dude. No, if you want to know something fucked up, you should go to those videos and see the view count on those videos. They're like music videos.
How many times have you watched it?
Not me, but I'm saying there are people around the world. That's the really scary thing. People who stay on top of like these horrific like gore websites. It's not. Stop pointing at me. It's not me. I don't like this shit. I'm telling you, the Reddit was the Wild West back in the day, and you would just be scrolling and be like, oh, that looks like a really nice like slow cooked like pot roast recipe. Oh, that was a really sick like football touchdown like end zone dance or whatever. And then you see, oh man, that guy just got his head cut off by a fucking chainsaw because he owed the cartel like 40 pesos.
I feel like Reddit's still like that.
It is, but it's more.
There also are.
They've
dots
censored
now.
a lot of it. A lot of bots.
You have to click on it to view it now.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no, seriously, the cartel is fucking crazy. Just blowing up. Have you seen the video too of them just showing off how many members they have and all of the military equipment they've basically just stolen from the like the different countries wherever they are. They've just either have purchased them from the military or have stolen them. Like they have legit tanks,
Dude,
bro.
do you understand that if you want to drive through Mexico, you have to pay the different cartels, to escort you through their territory? No, it's no joke. They're basically the military. It's scary. You have to pay them to drive on the road and not get robbed.
You know, when you see videos like that, you kind of like think where it's like,
No,
wait,
it's reality.
no, I know, but hold on, just listen. You see those videos and everything, and it's like, okay, that's real. And then you look at like the southern border, and it's like, holy fuck, the only thing that's stopping them is like not it's like 40 feet of water. That's the Rio Grande. That's the only
Dude,
that's the thing that separates the
people are
country.
starting to realize that the worse Mexico gets.
Yeah.
Do you remember when they kidnapped those, or there's some cartel members killed those Americans, and then the cartel immediately turned them in, dude? The cartel immediately put them in U.S. custody. That's how much it is between the Mexican government and their military, and the United States government and their military. We could at any time just claim Mexico, I think. I think that's what they basically just did. They proved.
Yeah.
But the cartel's like, I don't want to die. The U.S. are savages.
America in like one day could absorb both Canada and Mexico and like triple the size of the country like overnight. What are they gonna fucking
Yemen-
legitimately? What are they gonna say? Canada borderline doesn't even have a military. Mexico, their police force is a fucking joke. It's like if you gave a kindergartner a gun and said,
Dude.
just go at it.
Yemen killed 3 Americans, and we bombed them for what, 13 days?
We're still. I just got a notification the other day. We just hit a little more than a dozen targets, like Houthi rebel targets. Well, again, I know we've already. I know I've already said this. How fucking dumb can you be to be like you have a rusty Kalashnikov and you see a fucking U.S. warship off in the distance and you just start firing off rounds, being like, I wonder if I can hit this thing. Like what? How fucking dumb can? It's like seeing a real life god. Like if Zeus was walking around and be like, I'm gonna go punch him in his fucking chin.
Yeah.
How goddamn dumb are you?
How stupid are you to try and blow up basically a national monument in the United States and not think that we were going to bomb your entire country and invade and say there's weapons of mass destruction?
The thing you're shooting
Don't
at,
fuck with us.
the thing you're shooting at is is your country's GDP for a year. That thing floating off in the distance, and those warships that you can't they're circling so high you can't even see. It's like 2 years worth of your country's GDP firing. Basically, yeah, they're firing the sun at you. They're firing like refrigerator-sized missiles at you, and you're like, yeah, we got this.
Trump blew up a mountain to get the leader of ISIS. Did you hear about that?
No?
The MOB, the mother of all bombs.
Oh, yeah, dropped
He
the
found out that he lived like 13 feet underground or whatever, underneath a mountain in a cave. And Trump was just like, let's not invade and risk American lives. Let me drop the MOB and just destroy this landmass.
Let me just flatten
Let me
out
change
this
their
mountain.
Let me change the geography of this world, because this guy is an ISIS leader and he had jihadi jokes cutting off people's heads on the internet, and I don't like that.
That is for all the bullshit Trump did. I'm not praising him,
Dude, he
but
did
it
some
is
badass.
there's nothing more badass than the American military just being like, you know what, we're fucking sick of this. I'm not risking another American life. Drop the biggest fucking non-nuclear bomb we have on this mountain. I'm sick of this problem, and then it just kind of takes care of it.
Deploy dogs with night vision goggles and a robot to kill a leader of a militant group.
Yeah,
What the fuck? How do we do that?
we must have like some real sick fucks just working in labs in the middle of the desert, being like, you know, if we made mechanical dogs with knives for teeth, just think how many people we could kill.
It's
and the government,
the capital and the
the government's like, here's $300 million, make us some killer dogs. That's I assume 1,000% what's going on. It's some like Black Mirror fucking like advanced technology shit that we're just like, wow, this is crazy. Can you even believe we have Apache helicopters? And the military Apache helicopters are like 40 years old. They're like, dude, we have no idea.
That's why Area 51's always been an urban legend, so they distract us from the real places where all this is going on.
Yeah,
and I'm
we're
glad
so
no one
retarded.
knows where that's going on. Thank you, government.
Yeah, I agree. I'm cool. Again, I'm cool with being left in the fucking like
hide
not
scary
given
shit,
knowledge.
dude.
This is what pisses me off about this is okay. We'll have to wrap it up here. But this is what pisses me off about people who listen to conspiracy theory shit. They think that they are on the cutting like knowledge. They have like all of the information that like they have equal to the amount of knowledge that the government has about these situations. They're like, they're gonna fuck this up. The report that I read, blah blah blah. You are so fucking retarded if you believe that you have any idea as to what's actually happening in the government. Not only is the government so decentralized from itself that entire agencies don't know what's going on. Like they have to go through separate channels to communicate. To get into that agency, be like, this is actually what's going on. Not only is that like so difficult, and the idea of of some elaborate conspiracy between multiple agencies in the government is just fucking retarded.
No, it's not.
But the fact that they think that they know everything that's going on, and they're like, this is what's happening, blah blah blah. Nothing is getting like we're being told like a fucking 1%.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to know 99 other percents.
I'm cool with it.
1%
Yeah,
scary.
yeah, because if we know the other 99%, other foreign leaders and
Know what
other
we know.
yeah, they know exactly. They know more than we know. So why the fuck is the government going to tell us that shit and just like either confirm that information for foreign nations to know, or that means that now those foreign nations are going to get more information to get a leg up on everything to stay in touch. Like, of course, the government is going to shut everyone out from information. I
I
genuinely
wonder
believe.
why the CIA has markings of where my teenage son is 24 hours for the last 8 years as he's grown old. I wonder why the CIA has been been tracking that.
What?
That's like one of the things that they would find.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, some terrorist leader's son,
yeah.
his moments every 15 minutes of the day.
Yeah,
That's
and
what you would
also
be.
people are so retarded they think, well, the government's tracking our phone calls and our text messages. Unless you're a fucking dude, they're not using that they're not using that information to stop sex trafficking. They're not using that information to stop international drug rings and smuggling. They're not using that to they're literally only using it to prevent terrorism. They're trying to preserve American lives. That's the
It's
only
crazy.
but no, that was like what the Patriot Act was. Everyone at like 2 years after the Patriot Act passed, everyone's freaking out. They're like, what the fuck? People they're reading our emails and our text messages. They literally only use that information to stop terrorist attacks.
It's crazy.
That's why the FBI and CIA are able to stop like terrorist attacks. Literally, like they're like this. We stopped this attack 3 hours before it
You could
happened.
be a prolific serial killer on a rampage and they still would not let
Yeah.
you be access to that information.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's literally like it's that, and it's because the government's like, we can't infringe on people. We're already infringing on people's rights. We can't even take out legit criminals. We have to just do this to save American lives. But then you have retards online who are like, nothing is sacred anymore. The government's reading our emails and our texts. Unless you're a terrorist, dude, they don't care about you texting your buddy Jim about fucking going fishing without a fishing license. They don't care about shit like that. They just want to stop people from blowing people up at fucking like the Boston bombing. That's the shit they're trying to prevent.
And this has been, we didn't say that because our camera is about to die.
Yeah. All
Thank
right.
you for listening.
Peace out, guys.